Hey, good morning, Steph. Good news for vacationers and day trippers this morning. The U.S. has announced that it will soon be reopening its land borders to fully vaccinated Canadians for the very first time in 19 months. But questions, of course, still swirl around whether Canadians with two different vaccines are considered fully vaccinated south of the border. Our Faiza Amin is outside of the U.S. consulate this morning on University with the latest. Faiza, you can finally go travel across that land border again.
That's right, Tammie. Starting November, early November is what we know so far. Fully vaccinated travelers from both Mexico and Canada will be able to enter the U.S. at land and ferry border crossings for non-essential purposes, returning the favor. As you recall, Canada did do the same for U.S. visitors back in August. Now, travelers will be required to show proof of vaccinations, vaccines approved by the World Health Organization. And yes, that does include the vaccines currently approved in Canada, but there are still questions on whether or not that will include the nearly 4 million Canadians who received mixed doses of COVID-19 vaccine. So news of these restrictions lifting was released late last night by U.S. Congressman Brian Higgins, and then the U.S. Department of Homeland Security also provided a release saying further details will be made public later today. Part of that release reading, quote, "Cross-border travel creates significant economic activity in our border communities and benefits our broader economy. We are pleased to be taking steps to resume regular travel in a safe and sustainable manner." Also part of that announcement, beginning in early January, vaccinated foreign travelers will also be required to show their documentation when they enter the U.S. using land and ferry borders too. The U.S. says that will give time for people to go out and get their shots before these rules take effect. So we are looking to learn more information about this, Tammie, as this press conference is set to take place later today.
All right, good news. Thanks very much, Faiza. And more good news. Hockey is back in the six. Thousands of fans have been waiting for this day, the return of the Leafs, as they kick off their season in a home opener tonight at Scotiabank Arena. It's going to be another rivalry matchup as the Buds take on the Habs. First time the teams go head-to-head since that heartbreaking Game 7 loss for the Leafs during the first round of last season's playoffs. Austin Matthews not expected to be in tonight's lineup due to a wrist injury. We won't be seeing him again on the ice tonight. He's still recovering from that surgery. Mitch Marner will be reevaluated today after he left practice yesterday when he took a hit from Wayne Simmons. Puck drops tonight at 7 o'clock. And it's going to be a full house at Scotiabank Arena, of course, for tonight. But thousands of fans packed into one space. Well, that is causing some worry when there are public measures now in place to make sure that everything is safe. Here's City News reporter Shauna Hunt with more.
We're super confident that we are now more than able to safely welcome a full building.
Now that major sports and entertainment venues can operate at 100% capacity, concerns are growing over public safety at these big events. Ricky Martin and Enrique Iglesias bringing music back to the stage for the first time since 2020. What these videos also show, little masking, no social distancing, people shoulder to shoulder singing at the top of their lungs, and the venue was only half full. Close to 20,000 hockey fans will be piling into the same arena for the first full-capacity game in more than 580 days.
Having access only for those who are fully vaccinated goes a long way towards reducing risk.
Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment has announced that masking is required unless someone is actively eating or drinking, and that strict enforcement will be in place. They'll need proof of vaccination for fans 12 and older. The experience is supposed to be as contactless as possible, meaning cash-free with mobile tickets. Walk-through metal detectors are now stationed at all entrances, and you are being asked to leave big bags at home.
We know, hearing from our Leafs Nation fans, they couldn't be more thrilled to be back and cheering on their home team.
Shauna Hunt, City News.
Now, there are some road closures in place in the downtown core ahead of tonight's game. Raptors Way is closed, that road to traffic there. It's closed at Lakeshore Avenue West, Again, Raptors Way closed at Lakeshore Avenue West. Car traffic on Raptors Way by Maple Leaf Square also blocked off. And then starting at noon today, Raptors Way and York Street, that will be closed to traffic. Fans are being encouraged to take public transit if you can. And we are all about your Toronto Maple Leafs this morning. Sid and Devo, well, they will be live down at Scotiabank Arena breaking down tonight's game. Plus, they'll be speaking with a rep from MLSE at 7:20 this morning. You can see all that fun coming up throughout the show. Industry leaders with bars and restaurants say that they want answers after a Ford government minister was a no-show at a meeting that the government set up. Owners of restaurants and bars are not on the list of venues allowed to operate at full capacity. Leaders say that they were hoping for answers yesterday during a meeting with Heritage and Tourism Minister Lisa MacLeod, but she did not attend. This comes after an outpouring of anger from the bar and restaurant industry over last week's decision to scrap capacity limits for sporting events, concerts, event spaces, but not eateries. Many say social distancing requirements are forcing them to operate at 50% capacity or less. 6:10 here on BT. It might be a bit more challenging to get your hands on the latest iPhone. Apple slashing its production targets for the 13. Mike Epple will tell us why. That's coming up in business next.